Hi, we're live with Talk to Us Tuesday. I am here at the Eagle View Adult Center with our manager, Sue Corbett. This is our 30-minute Facebook Live chat. I'm your host, Kristen Chernowski. Sue, thank you for being here today.
Perfect. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for coming to my home away from home.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Thank you.
So during the next 30 minutes, this is your opportunity to learn more about the Eagle View Adult Center, ask Sue questions, so feel free to leave your comments in the comment section and we'll try and get to as many questions as we can. Sue, let's start. Tell us about your role with the city and about the center.
So my job here at Eagle View, I am considered the Eagle View Center manager. So I'm responsible for the overall center, programs, activities, staffing, volunteers, fun. I'm in charge of fun. That's really what it's all about.
Well, that's a great title.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So this year marks your 30th year
gosh.
with the city. Tell us about your time here and how you've seen it change.
You know, I started with the city 30 years ago. It seems kind of funny. I had come from Arvada. I worked at the North Chefco Senior Center. I'd worked at the Boulder Senior Center. And then I had left senior centers and I had gone into retirement housing. And it wasn't a good fit. And it was just kind of ironic because new managers came in. They bought the place. All of the managers that were there were let go. And and they gave us a great little severance package. So it was like, woohoo, vacation. And I bet it wasn't a week later that there was an advertisement in the paper for the senior center job in Brighton. I had just gotten engaged to Kelly, my husband. And so it was like, oh, and he was a school teacher here in Brighton. So it was like, I think all of those little things aligned, and I was where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I applied for the job, and 30 years later, I'm still here. And I'm planning on staying for a while longer, too.
Yeah, so...
Best job in town.
Yeah, tell us about that. What do you love most about being here?
I think what I love most about it is, first of all, I like Brighton. I like our community that we have here. I like the fact that people have ownership, and I think even more so here at the center. When I call this "Welcome to my home away from home," that's what the seniors call it. Is home away from home. It should be a place where you can come and you can get a book in the library, you can sit down, you can have a cup of coffee with some friends in the coffee corner, take a class, go on a trip, find new friends, reconnect with people, or get a meal or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I think what I like the best is the fact that every day is different because our activities change every single day and people change every day.
Right.
So I think that's what I like about it, and I like the fact that people, they have a sense of belonging, they have a sense of ownership. This is home away from home. And so it makes you feel good when they have that ownership in what you're doing.
Yeah, and so how have you seen the Senior Center evolve? Obviously, you're in a, I guess, not so new facility, but still feels new.
It still feels new. It's very new.
Yeah, how has it
So
changed?
when I first started, we were in our little old center, which was on the corner of 6th and Bush.
Yeah.
Built in the early 1900s, and two-story. We had two classrooms that we could program in, and then a dining room, and then a lobby. And so we moved tables and furniture and made do with whatever we could. Secret to success for our program has always been the seniors, the volunteers, our senior advisory board, the commitment that they all have to making things happen. So at our other center, we just outgrew it. So we put together a task force because it was like, okay, what are we going to do? We're to capacity with what we have.
Right.
And so, but if you don't know what you have, you can't tell what it is that you're going to do and where you're going to go. So then we, through a whole series of task forces and group meetings and support of the city, we came up with the concept of building a new facility. It was more economical, and it made more sense to build new than to try and add on to the old center.
And so you've been in this center since 2012?
2012 already.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird.
It
doesn't
crazy.
seem like it's been that long.
No, not at all.
The old center, the seniors actually started the center in 1977.
Wow.
So they were at the old center for over 30 years.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the day-to-day activities that take place here.
So there's anything that you can do here from exercise classes, and then when I say exercise classes, it could be yoga, it could be adaptive yoga, it could be line dancing, square dancing on Wednesdays. We have a Parkinson's exercise class for people that have Parkinson's. So there's a wide variety. We do not have any workout equipment. All of that sort of thing is still at the recreation center.
Right.
So if people want that kind of workout, that's where they go, is to the rec center. We have a lot of classes that are learning, craft classes, art classes, watercolor, oil painting. So just
A little bit of everything.
And things we have found that people are really interested in are you no matter what age you are, you never want to quit learning.
Right.
And so like our history classes and current event kinds of one-time programs are always real popular
Yeah.
too. We have a meal, and we'll talk about that later, a meal program. We have a trip program. We have 2 vans that the city owns vans and maintains. We have volunteer drivers.
Okay.
I have staff that program. We do 10 to 13 trips a month.
Wow.
And they're day trips, so they could go anywhere from Sunday they went to Boulder to see the Koto drummers, to shopping, to hiking. The baseball games at Coors Field are always
Popular
sold
one.
out. We always have a waiting list for those. So kind of just a whole hodgepodge of
Yeah.
trips. We have a lot of card games if you like to play pinochle or bridge or canasta or mahjong, which is a tiles game, Mexican train dominoes. Those are more of a drop-in kind of thing, so you can
Okay.
just come in, play, and go.
Right. Great. Again, we're here live with Sue Corbett of the Eagle View Adult Center. So if you have questions for Sue, anything about the center, please feel free to leave them and we'll make sure we get to them. We have our first comment that has come in from Leah, who says, Sue Corbett, I love Sue.
Oh my gosh,
So we'll shout out to you.
Love you too, Leah.
So tell us who can come to Eagle View.
So our programs are geared towards adults 55 and older. We do not have a restriction as far as residency, no residents versus non-residents.
Okay.
As long as you're over 55, you're welcome. If you're under 55, we do put your name on a waiting list, and if there's still an opening in a class, or if you say you want to go on a trip with your parents, something like
Right.
that, then if there's openings after that, then younger folks or adults are invited.
Okay,
So
great.
55 and older.
And EVAC offers a wellness clinic. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We are all about partnerships. I think you can create and do everything yourself, but why would you when there's partners out there?
Right.
And one of those partners that we have worked with for several years now is the Visiting Nurse Association. And so what they do is they come in once a week, and actually it's 6 times a month is when they come. So every Thursday and then a couple of Fridays. And the main thing they do is foot care, toenails. You know, as you tend to get older, it's harder to reach. I can tell you that already. Harder to reach your toenails. They sometimes get harder. You don't always have the strength. So the foot clinic is very popular. And then they'll do blood pressure screenings and different things as well. But foot care really is the big one.
Yeah.
There is a cost associated with that, and our senior advisory board firmly believes in the foot clinic and that whole wellness aspect of it. And so they every year make a contribution to Visiting Nurse Association. So it's $5 less if the seniors come here as opposed to if they go to the Visiting Nurse Clinic somewhere else.
Yes.
And there is also a sliding scale. So if someone isn't able to pay the $30 to have the foot care appointment, they can pay what they can.
Right.
And then our contribution, the Senior Advisory Board's contribution, will pay the remaining of that.
Okay, great. Also, you guys provide, or the Volunteers of America provides lunch Monday through Thursday.
So VOA, so that's another one of our partnerships. We like the V's, so it's VOA, VNA, VIA. Anyway, Volunteers of America, we are actually the longest running Volunteers of America meal site in the Metro Denver
Wow.
area. They had a meal site when they started the senior center back in '77. So we serve a hot, nutritious meal Monday through Thursday. If you are 60 and older, it's a suggested contribution of $2.50. But again, it's your ability to pay. We don't turn anyone away. If you're younger than 60, there is a regular fee.
Okay.
That program is funded through a variety of sources. It's a federally funded program, so that's why you have that age limit through the Older Americans Act of 60.
Okay.
The City of Brighton also, through my budget here, we also contribute money towards Volunteers of America. And then the contributions from the participants. And then we also do a fundraiser during our Random Acts of Kindness Week where we sell desserts. And so we did that a couple weeks ago and we made $400. So we
Nice.
paid for a few more meals for people
Yeah.
for the year.
And we could smell it as we sit here.
That's right.
So
That's
might
right.
want to make your way to Eagle View.
That's
have
right.
some
Lunch is served at 11:30. We do ask that people let us know because we don't prepare that meal here. It comes to us prepared. So just give Eleanor Mestis a call. She's our meal site coordinator, and she'll get you signed up.
Great.
go.
You mentioned Random Acts of Kindness, which that week just
It's
happened.
that first week in February.
Tell us about
we
that.
started Random Acts of Kindness, golly, we were at the old center, so we've been doing Random Acts of Kindness for several years. And the idea of that was, what can we do looking beyond our walls of Eagle View Adult Center and looking out into our community, and what difference can we make? And so we collect Valentines and we then distribute those to the nursing homes in town. If there's extra Valentines, we also send them to the two senior homes, Inglenook and Brookdale also received Valentines. We collect items for a project called Project Valentine. And Project Valentine is a Metro Denver program. And what they do is they make bags of goodies for people that are having chemotherapy on Valentine's Day. So we collect puzzle books and lotions and just kind of things that can go in that bag. And then they delivered over 400 bags.
Wow.
I think it's closer to 600 this year.
That's a lot.
Donna Singer on our staff works with that group.
Okay.
We also collected food for one of the food banks here in town. We did toiletries for Almost Home. School supplies. The school supplies that we gathered were given to 27J to their migrant program, so that for students that don't have supplies, they're given supplies so that everyone has the tools that they need to be successful. And then I think that's it. Besides, then we do the desserts.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough this year, some students from the Brighton Youth Commission actually came on the week after and sorted out all of the items and delivered those
Nice.
for us. So that was really nice to
It's a real
have that youth
partnership.
that youth component
Great.
as well.
Just a reminder, we're live with Sue Corbett of Eagle View Adult Center, so if you have any questions, and if you're tuning in later, feel free to leave your questions or comments and we'll make sure to get them answered afterwards. So a new thing that Eagle View started was teaming up with Via Mobility to offer free rides.
So Via, I do have a little cheat
You have a little
sheet here.
brochure?
Via is an incredible organization. We've actually had in Brighton. If you live in Brighton and you want to stay in Brighton, transportation systems are pretty good. You've got the option of Via. You've got, used to be Call and Ride, now it's called Flex and Ride. You've got the regular RTD route, but everything has a cost. And so and we've been aware the last few years as costs continue to rise, and a bus system like Via is very expensive to operate. It is a door-to-door system. So you call, you make your reservation, the driver comes to your house, they come to the door, they help you onto the van if you need help onto the van, get you into where you're going. It could be a doctor's appointment. It could be Eagle View. It could be going to the grocery store, getting your hair done, things that are everyday life. They'll take you to those appointments. But there is a fee associated with that. And again, it's a sliding scale depending on your ability to pay, but there's still a fee.
Right.
So our Senior Advisory Board, who is our fundraising component of Eagle View Adult Center, looked at that program and thought, what can we do to make a difference? And so we were lucky enough the last few years to receive funding from the proceeds from Turkey Trot, which is held over at the Recreation Center in November. And this year we received, I believe, $9,000. And that was a great start to offering free rides for everybody that wanted to go from their home to Eagle View Adult Center and then back home again. So our board is matching that contribution, and we are offering free rides as long as you live within the district or the VIA boundaries.
Okay.
And people can call and find out the number. Just call 303-447-2343, or you can call us. We'll get you hooked up with them. But it's a great way for people to get out of their homes when you don't have other options.
Right, right.
I mean, and now there could be days where we'll have 6 or 7 people come on the bus, and there'll be other days when we'll have, you saw when you got here, there were 2 buses outside waiting for people.
So it's definitely getting used.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Over 800 trips last month, in the month of January.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to come here.
Yes. Yay.
Another thing that you've started is offering evening classes on Wednesdays.
Right.
What led to that, and what kind of classes?
We do a customer satisfaction survey every 4 years, and we just finished one up. And we've always known for a long time that people that are 55 and older, especially those that are 55 to probably 70, a lot of us are still working. And so it's great to have a program Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, but how many people are really available 8 to 4, Monday through Friday? So we've always had limited programming in the evenings, but we've decided we were able to secure when one of our staff members left that was just part-time. In order to make it full-time, we committed to opening one evening a week, so to at least get programming started. And so it's beginning in January. We're now open on Wednesdays from 8 to 8. And we've got a watercolor class that's going. We've got a Tai Chi class that's going. They did a program on Colorado 14ers. They did a program, they did a movie last month, or last week, last Tuesday. So you sign up in advance for those programs. We'll continue to develop that and expand it as time comes.
Yeah.
But we're excited that at least 2 of the programs started.
Yeah,
We
that's
offered
great.
3 classes for the first 2-month period, and 2 out of the 3 went. So that's pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah.
And then if people are interested, where can they find out what's being offered?
You can either we put out this nifty
Yes.
little publication, Kristen, every 2 months. It's our newsletter, and we'll mail it to you. It's also online on the city's website, and there is evening program is a flyer insert that's in there, and then we've got the newsletter, and it lists everything we've got going. So you can always call us as well. But like I said, it is also on the city's website under Eagle View Adult Center.
Great. So another event that you have coming up in May is your annual Help for Homes.
Oh my gosh, I love Help for Homes.
Yeah, so tell our residents about that.
So Help for Homes is a program that we started, this is our 13th, I think this is our 14th year. So we've done it 13 years now. This is our 14th. It's another one of those programs where you partner with the community. And it was actually the idea of a city council member several years ago, Elias Huerta. And he wanted us to have a program where we could go in and we would get volunteer teams from our community to go in and help fix up seniors' homes, and so outside of their homes. But it was something that we couldn't do without, again, looking for that right partner. And so Brothers Redevelopment, Inc. in Denver is the organization that we teamed up with years ago. So what we do is on the first Saturday in May, we have teams that go out and they'll do anything from paint to yard work to fixing a fence to fixing a gutter. The seniors apply. You have to be, there's a few stipulations. You have to be a homeowner and you have to live in the home and you have to be a Brighton resident. We do require that is one of our few things that you do have to be a resident for.
Okay.
You also have to be income qualified, so there's some income guidelines that go along with that. And then you submit an application. And so we take the applications here. Our job at Eagleview is to take the application, and then we also recruit the teams. And then Brothers Redevelopment, once we get those applications, we give the information as far as the homeowner and what they would like done. We give that to Brothers. They go out, they do the assessment. They look for things like, is it something that can be done in one day? Is it something that volunteers can safely do? If it's a 3-story, really tall home, that's not something that
Right.
we can do. And so they're really good about they do the paint-a-thon throughout the whole community, so they're very familiar with doing this. Applications are going to be available beginning, I think, Wednesday of this week. So if you are interested in finding out more about Help for Homes and you're 60 and older or a disabled homeowner, give me a buzz here at Eagleview and we'll get you an application. Great. And if you're a team, you have friends, your bowling team, your church group. We have people from different work groups that come together. Give us a holler as well, because for every one of those homes, we need at least one team. Ideally, a team could be 10 people, but we've had teams that are smaller as well.
And tell us the date of the event.
It's I believe it's the 4th of May. It's the first Saturday. It's always the first Saturday of May.
Great.
So I believe it's the 4th.
And just around the corner, you have your annual spaghetti luncheon.
Oh, yes, I've been making a million phone calls for that. So
Yeah.
the spaghetti luncheon, we don't do a whole lot of fundraisers here, but we do, we call our spaghetti luncheon is the one that buys that coffee. We always have free coffee here at Eagleview, and we spend probably $500 a month just on coffee. That doesn't count the cups and the cream and the sugar and the sur sticks and all of those things. So anyway, we do 3 fundraisers a year, and one of them is the spaghetti luncheon. So we usually have about 300 people that come. It's open to the community. It is May the 2nd, and we serve from, March. May is, it's the
March.
first Saturday too. We like first Saturdays.
It makes it easy to remember.
Yeah, so the first Saturday of March, 11 to 2, we serve. We ask that you buy tickets in advance, but you don't have to. We do sell them at the door, and it's a whopping $7. And then we do have a youth fee as well of $4.
Great.
But it's spaghetti, salad, bread, and dessert.
All right, so you won't want to miss that
That's
event.
right. And it's one of our biggest events where we use, it's all volunteers, and almost all of the food is donated to us from businesses in the community as well. So
That's great.
It's always fun. That one, this is our 31st year.
Yes.
They had a spaghetti luncheon when I came.
Okay.
And so when I came, it was the 2nd annual
Wow.
spaghetti luncheon. So we've just kept it on ever since.
So 31st annual, you
31st.
don't want to miss
That's
it,
right.
March 2nd.
March 2nd, 11 to 2.
And if we could go back to Help for Homes, Leah had a question about that. She's wondering if it's something that kids are able to help with.
They do. The kids have to be with an adult because of insurance restrictions.
Okay.
Through that's a Brothers Redevelopment issue. So we have had youth that have helped, but they do have to have a parent with them.
Okay, great. And just tell us, what other fun activities do you have planned for the year?
So, for the year. It's summertime. We do a lot more of outdoor activities with our trip program, so you'll see more of the hiking and although they're going snowshoeing in the next newsletter that's coming out. Newsletter comes out tomorrow in the mail. We're mailing that out. Again, the success of our programs really relies upon the people here at the center. So most of our instructors are actual participants from the center. They could be retired teachers. They could be teachers that are still teaching. So we're always looking for for instructors or people that like to lead groups. And you know, I hear all the time, I am not old enough to go to the center. You know, I usually hear that from somebody that's like 85 and they're not old enough to come to the center. You know, I don't think it's really not an age thing. I think what it is it's important to keep those connections. It's important to keep busy. It's important to have a purpose, a reason to get out of bed.
Yeah.
You can only clean your drawers so many times
Right.
before you really need to do something.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people really flounder when they first retire because it's like, oh, I'm going to travel, I'm going to fish every day, I'm going to clean, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I really can't do that every day.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find something else that has true meaning.
Right.
And so I think that's also why it's home away from home for so many people, because it gives them a purpose and a reason for coming here. And so it's funny when people look at our newsletter and it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, this week it's anything from Active Minds with the history of chocolate, with a chocolate tasting,
Wow.
to tomorrow we've got someone coming from the Alzheimer's Association with the 10 warning signs, you know, for memory loss, to this morning it was, you know, yoga, and that was a big group. We're sitting right where we are after yoga, just kind of carrying on and visiting, and again, that social part is what's important.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a great facility. We
It
always
is.
love
We
coming
love
over
it.
here.
I know. We get lots of city staff that want to move their
Yes,
offices
we've
here.
been trying for several years. So.
We get that a lot. And we do have one office that is available to the
Have to fight
highest
for it.
bidder. Yeah, exactly.
Well, as we close, thank you again for spending
gosh,
your
it's
time with
fun.
us.
Absolutely.
Anything that we missed or anything you
You
want to tell
know,
people?
I don't think so. I would be remiss, though, if I don't recognize the rest of the folks at the City of Brighton that really, I mean, we're fun and we have a good time, but if it wasn't for the city that maintains our building and make sure that we pay the bills so that we have public, you know, so that we have lighting and heat and all of those things, or the streets crew that makes the streets so that we hear parks guys that keep our grounds looking great and shovel our walks. It's a team effort, and I couldn't be happier to work and more proud to work for an organization like the City of Brighton. And we do thank them because they make us look good.
Yeah.
You know, really, and that's also, I think, one of the reasons why you stay for as long as I've stayed, because it's, you know, it is a one for all and all for one. You call them and you ask for help, and it's like, oh, sure, Sue, whatever you need, we'll be right there, or have you thought about, or whatever. And I'm real fortunate. We're under Parks and Recreation, and I think that's a great place to be under. Gary Wardle is our director of our department. Jeffrey's our supervisor. He's from the rec area. And they're supportive of what we do. Pretty much, as long as we don't mess up over here, they pretty much leave us alone. I think that could be why everybody wants to come here.
Yeah.
But it's a great place to be, and I am one lucky girl, I'll tell you.
Well, I know the city is very lucky to have you, and everyone loves you,
Oh my
as
gosh,
testament by everyone that's here. So thank you so much
right.
for spending your time.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
We'll
Thanks,
be back
Mia.
next time. Bye.